Yo, what is good, everybody? This is Joey from the Heart Pirates TCG here. What I have for you today is a Bonney list that I have extensively tested out. The problem with Bonney is it was hard losing to Enel, and it was hard losing to Lucci, and I have found a way to make both those matchups, well, one of those matchups way better, the other matchup slightly better. So we'll talk about that. Now, before I do show you this deck list, I will say that I was going to put all of my master classes, or half my master classes on YouTube, half my master classes on Patreon, but I feel like very, very, very long style videos don't do so well on YouTube, and it actually kind of hurts me in terms of algorithm, which would make my future videos not nearly as promoted as they would be. So all my master classes will be going on Patreon, but I will be putting like a kind of like not a short summary, but I'll be putting like the deck lists and like my general thoughts about each of those decks on YouTube, at least so I can give you guys like the deck profile if you guys want to kind of use that. And I'll talk about, I'll talk about like my decisions and whatnot, and like why I'm playing the cards like I'm doing right now. But if you're seeing this video, about 2 days from now is when I'm going to be posting the Bonney Masterclass on Patreon. So if you guys want to join that, the link's going to be in the description below. But without further ado, let me go ahead and transition. So this is the deck list. It's going to look way, way different than, let me put my camera on right here. Yeah, it's going to look way, way, way different than what you're used to seeing. And I totally understand that, but based on my game, based on the way I play and the way that I have been playing into these decks, this has actually been the better list overall. So let me explain my decision. So I'm playing 4 Cavendish. This card's absolutely insane going first. This is a going first deck, by the way. The only time you ever want to go second is against black, and that's because we're playing 2 of the Rosinante, which I'll talk about in a second. But this card's absolutely ridiculous. Slamming down 10 cost Doflamingo, getting 2 Dawn back. Slamming down Zoro, getting 2 Dawn back. It's just incredible. On top of pairing it with his Restand Law right here, it's unreal. It's actually like unreal. Then we're playing a total of 12 2Ks. We're playing 4 Apu, playing 4 Carrot just because we're playing Rosinante, so we just need extra targets just in case we don't have any of these other 5-cost characters. Then we're also playing 4 the other Apu. I wish we did have another searchable Supernova, but unfortunately we don't. I thought we did, but I guess we didn't. So that was my mistake. Then we're playing 4 Yamato. Guys, this card is absolutely cracked into Katakuri. It's cracked into Enel. It's just generally really good. And the thing is, our matchup into Enel was so abysmal that I was like, yo, like something has to be done. Like something legitimately has to be done about this, because we can't just like auto lose into Enel, right? Like we have to like do something to like make our matchup better. So between the Yamato and this 9-cost Zoro right here, this is way better into Enel. And I'm going to give you guys a quick tip, and obviously, like I said, I'm going to be posting like the full detail breakdown on Patreon, but I found that like starving Enel until you get to Zoro is actually really good, because if they want to use Raigo, they're going to have to trash their like 3 of their life to actually like kill the Zoro, and they're going to waste their turn. But the reason we're playing 4 Zoros is because like if they use Raigo to kill it and we play another one, well, now they just trash 3 of their life, and then we're at, obviously, what is it called? We're at God, I can't even talk, bro. I cannot even talk. But they not only trash 3 life, but if you play another one, they better have another Raigo, right? Like they literally better have another Raigo. If not, if they kill your Zoro and then you're still able to establish bodies along the way, like Cavendish or Hawkins or Yamato, with the Rosinante, you can lock down their board with Doflamingo and then just kind of ignore like Ace and Yamato, just go for game. Like this deck cannot contest any of the big bodies unless you play Doflamingo or Zoro. And the second that they deal with one of the second they deal with Zoro, there's no way you can contest their bodies. So you basically just ignore them and go for a game. The only time you don't starve them is like if you have the Yamato, because if you can like play Yamato out and swing 7 or something like that, and then establish like a Hawkins or something, or something somewhere along those lines, like it's really powerful. So where was I? Oh yeah, for Doflamingo, just because this deck was having a problem. Like the 8-cost Kid engine was decent. It was doing decent, but it felt like it wasn't as impactful. law, because law can just like minus it by 3,000 or even sometimes 2,000, and pretty much just deal with the kid like immediately, and that just like wasn't good enough for like the deck is so popular that we need a card that like pretty much just like wins us the game straight up, and like this locking down 3 of their characters and like allowing us to like basically like kind of go for game is just really powerful. Obviously Rosinante is really good too at protecting your stuff. This is for Lucci. This is for like these 2 Rosinante and 4 Hawkins is for Lucci and Gecko just entirely. If you can establish these, if you go Steelers going second and establish these, it feels really, really good, man. Like really, really, really good. And I'm only playing 2 of the little guys because this doesn't really do a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. It's literally just there to honestly protect Zoro against Enel, but other than that, like against Raigo, but other than that, like it's really not there for a whole lot. Yeah, it just really isn't. Then we have 4 Bonney. This card's cracked. We have 4 Hawkins. This card's also cracked. 4 of the Searcher Bonney. This could be more pizza, but I value the counter in hand, the 1K counter. Other than like, I value that more than I value like a 1-cost Searcher, I guess. And then like I said, they have Pooh. We're playing 2 Restand Law because this card on top, like this card paired with like Cavendish or Hawkins is absolutely insane. It's also just generally good if you're trying to clear the board into like Law or like Blue Doflamingo or something. Like swinging like 6, 7, or 8 into something, and then like them letting it die, and then swinging 5 into something with their leader. They counter out, and then you like restand the Bonney, swing 8 into it. Like it just it pretty much kills everything. Obviously with Hawkins specifically, it definitely dies. Like Hawkins is swinging like 4 times. But and then if you do Cavendish, you can restand 4 of your Dawn, which is absolutely crazy. With the Law, so he basically only costs like 1. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then we're playing 1 Hawkins. This is for like the mirror match specifically. This for the mirror match specifically, but it's also good into like yellow, because if they rest their characters at all, they're just done. It's also good into decks like Blue Doflamingo that they rest their characters already come out rested, so they're pretty much just dead. And then we're playing 3 of the You're the One, or whoever wins this war becomes justice, because we're playing a lot of dead cards. I think we're playing a total of 14 dead cards, and sometimes they can really add up and stack up in your hand, and you just got to get them out. So I have that. So yeah, guys, that is my deck profile. I think this deck is definitely in the top 3 best decks in the game. There's just not a whole lot that beats this deck now that we've added these cards to the deck list. If you guys want to try it out, let me know how it works, and then I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.